Okay. Says we're live. So hello. Welcome. Hopefully you are cozy and warm and have a blanket or a fuzzy slippers or a cup of hot tea or coffee or something like that. It is definitely cold for for my area. It is definitely cold. I think it got down to 13 last night. That's Fahrenheit, but for Georgia, that is very cold. Um, it's very cold for somewhere in the south. So yeah. Um, so I feel like I've been wearing a lot more sweaters and things that I normally like don't get to break out. In terms of like my heavy coat has been used multiple times already this year. I've had to wear gloves, which I don't normally ever have to do. Things like fuzzy socks or like doubling up on socks. Like all kinds of things. But yeah, so it's been very cold. So our bird bath bowls that we put out were like frozen solid. Things like that. Just like very cold. So I wish you warmth. Um, I wish you warmth and being out of the wind, because that's another thing that sort of like makes it feel even colder is the wind. So yeah, I haven't even looked because I don't want to know what the wind chill feels like. Because I'm just like, I think I saw it somewhere. Who was it? Who was it in the chat a couple of streams ago who's like, anything below freezing is just cold. And that's kind of how I feel. I'm like, yeah, that fits. Keiko says hi. Hello. Welcome. CB says, hello, you're going for a quick bath because there's a big storm on its way, and if the power and water go out, you won't be able to get that, right? Yeah. Oh, you're also under a tornado watch. Wow. Yeah, that's rare on your side of the pond. Very rare. So yeah, taking it seriously, yeah. Keiko says, we live in Germany and also had some tornadoes last summer. Wow. And do y'all normally call them tornadoes or do you call them cyclones? Because I know there used to be some sort of distinction between Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere of what they were called, kind of like monsoons versus hurricanes. Monsoons, hurricanes, and typhoons. Although some of that I think has to do with I think one of those has to do with the rotational direction. Is that right? Am I remembering like middle school? Am I remembering middle school science correctly? I don't remember off the top of my head. That is crazy that y'all had tornadoes, because I don't imagine tornadoes being in Europe at all. That's not that's not something I normally think of. Yeah. Becca is here. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Cool Gamer is here. Hey. Hello. Welcome. Brooke is here. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Megan says, stay safe to CB. Yes. It is really cold for Georgia. You saw in the news how crazy the weather in the U.S. is. I mean, it seems like it's always crazy every winter, but it seems like this particular winter, there is definitely an uptick in the amount of times that I've heard like polar vortex and, warnings to leave your faucets dripping and all that kind of stuff. So Miss Lucy Jane, hello. Hello all, stay warm. It's raining where you are today, and after a blizzard earlier this week, you will take the rain any day. Yeah, I can understand that. Kat says, heyo, hello, welcome. Welcome. Keiko says, here in Germany, it's all snow, and the forecast says it's supposed to be warmer in the next week, which means the snow melts and then probably some floodings again. Ah, okay. You do call them tornadoes, okay. We also have Orkan, which is just a heavier storm. Okay. Okay, so a heavier storm with massive winds. Okay. We usually have thunderstorms, and then we have severe thunderstorms. They just like tack the word severe in front. And that can mean anything from like an excess in the amount of rains to uptick in the amount of lightning or winds. So the fact that you have a specific word for a heavier storm with massive winds or strong winds, as opposed to just like a deluge, which would be like just tons and tons of water in a short amount of time. Yeah. So I guess we all of our different, it's like you have these little tiny words that have nuance behind them. So yeah. Okay. Yesterday I did a little bit more crochet on my blanket. So I have lost count of the rows, but this is where I'm at. It's gone from orange to yellow to green to now gray. And then left on this roll, there's a little bit of brown to orange again. So, and then I'll have to pick up the next skein, but I'm liking it so far. I mean, it's not perfect, but I have not, as far as I can tell, I have not, I don't have massive gaping holes, which is good. I think the only part that is still like of concern to me is the curling. I can't, it's hard for me to do the ends of it. But hopefully that'll just kind of straighten itself out a little bit more as we go along. This side's a little bit more curled too. But I started utilizing the crochet ring, which this is for like, supposed to be keeping the yarn tension about the same. And it seems to be working. So this one in particular is just like a little peacock type thing. I have a fish one as well. I don't know if they came in a set. But it helps. So, but yeah, so that is my project. It's not quite long enough to keep me warm as I do it, but eventually we will get to that point. But yeah, so that's where we are with the crochet project. So looks pretty already. Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm pleased with the color palette of the skein. So I'm impressed with it. I am kind of like, I bought four matching skeins, and they are 355 yards. So altogether that's 1,420 yards of yarn. I'm hoping that it is enough to do the full length that I want, because I did make it a little wider than the suggested for a twin bed. So hopefully I have enough to do. Hopefully I have enough without having to go and like source more of the same skein. So it's pretty great colors. In knitting, curled ends means you've pulled too tight. You're not sure. It's the same issue with crochet. It probably is. That's what Megan suggested, which is what made me think of like, oh, maybe I should get that tension ring out. So it has been helping. And it has, as it's gotten thicker, it's gotten easier to keep straighter, I guess. But the problem is still that the ends of it, I guess. So Keiko says, I need to finish today the Masquerade Ball chapter for your fanfic. You're on the fence if you should write spicy stuff. You'll probably die of embarrassment in your own four wall. I mean, if you don't want to write spicy stuff, you don't have to. There is definitely a market for non-spicy stuff. So you could just do like a fade to black situation. Or if you want to write the spicy, feel free to write the spicy. But yeah, I understand the like feeling of I'm gonna die of embarrassment. Nobody's ever gonna read this. But on the other hand, sometimes that's fun. So depending on what you want, and depending on if you have already posted fanfics, what the spice level and or tolerance of your readers are. It's going to be up to you. Kat says, I have work today at 4, currently just looking at stuff from others that have played a solo RPG that you got. Ooh. So is it a computer / video game, or is it a like tabletop RPG? Sounds fun. Okay. What else do we have? We need to pull a card. And then we need to get to work. Why is my phone buzzing all of a sudden? Oh, okay. Getting texts on the family line. Pictures of my nephews, and then family responding, so cute, yay! They had some skiing / snowboarding adventures this weekend. So getting some pictures from that. It's like a journaling RPG called Apothecaria or Apothecaria. Interesting. I've seen a couple like ads for a tarot-based journaling RPG. Is that this? I don't think I ever saw the word Apothecaria or Apothecaria. So, but you're thinking of finding a way to stream it. Okay, Kat has not seen those those ads, but now that I've said it and your phone is listening, you might get them. So, oh, okay, perfect card for today and cold weather. We have the wombat, which the main message for the wombat is to be at home. Fog says, hi there, hope you're all warm. Okay, and so Kat has provided the link to the solo RPG. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay. This looks cool. You'll need a deck of playing cards, a journal, and something to write with, which sounds very doable. The stream did a little glitch when I opened the other tab. So that may tell you how today's stream may or may not go. So just save frequently. The day, what day was that? Friday? Yeah, Friday. When we were an hour late because of the power outage and then the internet being out. So that finally came back and it did okay for us during that stream. And then that night, it went out again about 8 o'clock that night. Came back on after like 45 minutes or so. But yeah, so it's just another one of those days where it's like, technology is going to do what technology is going to do, and you're just going to have to ride with it. So, all right. So here's our wombat friend. So cute and cuddly and fuzzy and just fun. So be at home. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well-fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available if you recognize that well-being is the truth of life. Wombat reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. You do this by accepting all of your experiences without judgment, through a deep honesty and love of life. When you feel the freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life, with your family and your tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle in to a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with the spirit. So again, there is our wombat friend who is encouraging us to stay safe, sound, well-fed, and truly at peace with who we are inside our own skins. which is a lovely message. Very lovely message. But also, make sure you have food and drink. So, Wombat. Yes, love the message. It's a nice, very comforting message. Yay for wombats. Yes. Wombats are so cute. Their faces remind you of cockapos. It's a parrot species native only to the New Zealand. I don't think I've seen them. What do they look like? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Are their feathers green or do they grow moss? Also known as the owl parrot. Interesting. Okay, well, Becca says, I forgot to say, I finished the rough draft of the rom-com yesterday. Yay! It's amazing. Amazing. You are well on your way. That's awesome. You need to look them up. They're so cute. And also how they run. Excellent. I will watch them. I might have to do it on my phone rather than on my computer while the stream is up. But they looked adorable. Okay, now that we have the wombat as our critter for the day, I'm going to be working a little bit in the bullet journal first because I got off my routine when I went to go visit Bestie, and so I have not kept up my bujo. So I need to do some backwards situation, some backwards journaling, and then I will proceed to do some editing, I think, today. So that's on the agenda, is bullet journal and then editing. So there we go. Someone has a world anvil for their play of this apothecaria, and you're reading their journal and it's making you giggle. Nice. Okay, so the owl parrot / cockapos are green. There is actually a BBC video from 10 years ago where they're filming them and the cameraman gets the attention of one because he's wearing green himself. Nice. Excellent. Okay, let's do this. Hopefully it's going to let me share the screen. Let's see. All right. It's not protesting at the moment, so that's good. All right. So 1, save your document. 2, go ahead and take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go, 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that is the first sprint. How did we do? I had about 5 minutes left when I started editing. Um, adding words mostly at the moment. Adding to like the middle of a scene. But I did get my bullet journal caught up, I think. Roughly marked in what I did each day this past week. I haven't decorated the sides yet, but there it is. And then I went back in and I was trying to remember habits. And I have a lot of green, which means I did not do my habits this week. Fell off the bandwagon pretty hard for several of them. So, but, you know, it's a new day, new week starting. So it'll be fine. We'll just get back on track and have a higher percentage at the end of the month than if I just stopped completely. So that's where we're at with that. Then I started adding to this scene, and I don't know why my calculator is so massive at the moment. Okay, so I added 134 that time. So get my writing tracker and plug that in. Okay. So that is plugged in. I should write down where I'm stopping because again, I'm like in the middle of a scene, so I can't necessarily like do a huge chunk. In terms of like flagging sections because I'm hopping back and forth in the scene. But anyway, so how we doing? Brooke said you're hydrating with a little mimosa. Nice. Very nice. If I didn't have to be at work in 2.5 hours, Thog would join you with a beer. Brooke says stouts on a cold day are also nice. Stacy says good afternoon. Good afternoon. Stacy says, well, I have my computer on, my drink out, and I pulled a jar of chilies out of a canner. I don't know if I'm going to write today. You're still feeling sick. You may just read. And that is just perfectly fine. Whatever it is you need to get yourself feeling better. Becca says, 339 words. You're writing a giveaway short for your newsletter in the Dream Diaries series. Nice. Nice. Melissa, hello. Welcome. You're just joining. Welcome. Come on in. CB is back. You're bathed, hair washed, nails trimmed. Excellent. Good, good, good. Keiko got 104. You're not happy with your word count today. You can't write tomorrow because you're going to be gone the entire day and you want to get to 37K at least. Because you're trying to write for Monday as well. Gotcha. It's okay though. It is okay. We still have a week and some change left. A week and 3 days in January. So January is not over yet. You'll be fine. We'll just have to, we'll get it together. Brooke did get a decent word count. You were stuck in starting this chapter, but this sprint helped a ton. Yay, I'm glad. Miss Lucy Jane is having coffee while you update your website. You moved to a new host last month. Then you had an emergency surgery, so you're behind on everything. You're doing fine and healing well. At least that's good. That's good. And do you like your new host for the website? Brooke says, yeah, you can do it. 2K code. Yeah. Yes. We can do it all. Eventually we can do it all. May not necessarily happen on the timeline that we initially wanted, but it can also be done. You still have time. But don't Don't beat yourself up too much. All right, so Becca said, okay, so Miss Lucy Jane does like the new host. You love them. Stacy says, I was feeling bad enough this morning that I did not go to church, even though I was supposed to perform, and you already took a nap today. Excellent. Well, I hope that you have, I hope that you are recovering well, and I'm sure that there will be some people in church who are glad that they did not have to make you feel bad by you being there and like not trying to cough or whatever on people and also not catching it. So Becca says, I want to finish this short today, but I also want to start packing for your move. Ooh, when is your move date? Because that's coming up soon, isn't it? Yeah, so I have so Bestie here in the States has her baby, and then Bestie in Indonesia is currently is it I think 7 months along. Is that right? Yes. So 7 months along. But they're also going to be moving. Their lease is up mid-February, so they've been looking at larger apartments, and so she's gonna have to be moving while like 8 months along. Yeah. February 23rd is when you get the keys, but you'll probably schedule the move for that weekend, so probably the 25th. Okay. CB says, so glad I'm not doing a full 50K this month. Yep. Some days some months you just need to sort of like dial it back a bit, and it's okay. Becca says, as I'm writing this short, it's quickly feeling like a novella. Oh no. Oh no. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started on a second sprint. And I think while this sprint is going, I may head to get the kitchen and take a decongestion because I can feel it coming on. So Becca says, I'm just packing closets for now. So just so you won't be living in boxes. Gotcha. Present, share screen, share, make it big. CV says, I have a friend who did that last year while 38 weeks along. Wow. She knew she was going to be that far along, and I told her that she should just sit with your feet up and dictate. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, to make yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, an adult spicy beverage, or take some medicine. Make sure you do that. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How was that sprint? Also, I think I forgot to say that was the self-promo sprint. So if you have something you want to promote, please do so in the chat. Okay. So I got 1,048 that sprint. Editing wise. Okay, which means I can move one of those stiggies. I've definitely had, I think I'm definitely going to be on the lower side of word count for this month. And I can kind of see some patterns in like the days that I didn't write. So I'll have to address those patterns in next month. Making sure that I am more purposeful in filling in those gaps. But that's a problem for another day. For right now, we're doing okay. I'm gonna save it though. Let's see. Dog's cat decided to sit on your laptop while you were sort of just away, and it turned off your browser. Thanks, kitty. She sits there only to get your attention, not because it's warm. She can be a little, a little something something sometimes. CB got caught up watching Call the Midwife. Nice. Keiko got 377, the best sprint you've had all day. Nice. Excellent. So, I guess the show that I've seen most recently is I've watched a couple of the episodes of the Netflix live action of One Piece, which like I don't have it up now, but I have like a Chopper plushie, and like I've had some fan paraphernalia in the background, and I was like I'd heard good things about it, but I was just like so hesitant because whenever you are in love with a particular media of a story, sometimes adaptations of that leave something to be desired, for sure. I think my introduction to One Piece started in college. I walked in and Bestie's roommate at the time had on one of the desert arc storylines, and I was like, what is this? How do I get this? This is hilarious. And so Bestie's roommate told me where I could find the both the anime and the manga. And so since then I have been kind of obsessed, but I have a problem in that like I love to binge in terms of like have a whole season or have a whole arc. Because if I ended on a cliffhanger, which I've done so many times at this point, I get very, very like, no, I need my story. So yeah. So I'm not caught up currently with One Piece because I'm preparing to do another one of the larger sessions in terms of the manga and the anime. But I was like, I was so hesitant to watch the live action, y'all, because y'all know how the live action of Avatar went. Y'all know how the live action of Cowboy Bebop is like, they're usually really, really not good. They're usually terrible. And anyway, so both Bestie from here in the States and Bestie in in Indonesia when right, yeah, denial for the Avatar movie. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so when we were able to hang out together for Thanksgiving and the holidays and whatnot, we wound up watching an episode of the live action because they had both seen them. And they were like, this, it's so good. Like the production value is so high for the One Piece live action. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I've only watched, I think, 4 episodes. And I think it's an 8-episode season, I think. I think that's right. But oh my gosh, like they were truly correct. The production value is insane. Absolutely insane. The details of the costumes, it's like it's so spot on. They've done a couple of things to kind of like make the storyline work a little, like a few of the details slightly different, but that's okay. Still really good. And the pacing is very, very fast, like extremely fast. Whereas compared to the manga and the anime, it's a little bit slower paced. I mean, it still feels fast, but it's definitely done a lot more compressed. But it's still so good. Anyway, so I went looking, I was like, oh, so does Netflix have like are they putting out a DVD like set of this? The answer to that is not yet. There are some floating around the internet for sale, but they are like bootleg, pirated, like not official. And I'm like, okay, now I'm impatient because I want to own them. Which my guess is probably the first season will come out shortly before the second season is released on Netflix is my guess. So hopefully I won't have to wait too long, but it's so good, y'all. Anyway, that's what I've been watching recently. It's just like those couple of episodes of the live action One Piece, and it just makes me want to go and like do the whole series like from the beginning again because it's so good. Anyway, I have no idea where anyway. Okay, so Keiko says 300. This was where you had your best sprint ever, which is awesome for today. Anyway, not best sprint ever, but best sprint for today. Miss Lucy Jane, halfway through adding your backlist to the new website. Nice. Now to finish editing the rest. Eep. Yes. You're getting to the best scene in a few sentences. That's going to be exciting. Becca wrote another couple hundred words and then moved on to packing boxes. Keiko says, I'm 15 years late to One Piece because you're forever a Naruto girl. See, here's the thing. I knew Naruto existed, kind of, in college. Like, I kind of knew it existed. I think Bestie's roommate tried to get us into, like, all of the big animes at that point. So I watched a few episodes of Naruto, and I watched some of Bleach, and we watched, I think, all of Gundam at that point, and Berserk and things like that. But One Piece just held a little special part of my heart, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a thing for me. So, Stacy says, I am reading and I am watching a video. Nice multitasking. If I think what's about to happen happens, I'm going to have to start watching this show. Okay, yeah. If the weather is getting bad for you, make sure you hunker down and all that. You think that you heard they're going to remake the anime, to be more consistent to the manga with no fillers. Y'all, the filler arcs. Oh, I hated the filler arcs. You have no idea. Like the one with the weird Quetzalcoatl type dragon. Hated it. Like I speed past those arcs so fast. This is not even funny. Your spoiler for Wano. That's what made you want to finally start reading it. you're in denial that the Avatar movie ever existed. Has not. Does not. Ooh, Lexi got 1,570 words that sprint. Nice. Nice. Keiko says, if only they did the same dedication to The Witcher. You want your 4 hours from Blood Origin back. Yeah. Yeah. Stacy says, your neighbors are having a gender reveal party. Somebody's having a boy. Oh, nice. The two fandoms of what you take with you to an isolated island, Naruto and Critical Role campaigns 1 through 3. I mean, yeah, that's not Critical Role is definitely not a bad choice to bring with you. Naruto has an abnormal amount of filler episodes due to the marketing and money policy. Yeah. Well, I can always guarantee that in a like 23 or 26 episode season, episode 12 or 13, you can just skip it entirely because it's a recap. It's a recap. That's all it is. So there's like a whole entire episode that like you don't even need to watch because it's just clips from the previous 11 or 12 episodes. So all the fun stuff. Anyway, since that was the self promo, but I don't think many of us, if any of us, promoted, make sure that you follow and subscribe to everybody that you see in the chat, and make sure that you let's see, I know Becca has a website. Megan has a Substack. Yes. Cat Leo streams here and on Twitch and has book out. And you can find Becca's books on her website. And if you are not and would like to be, please subscribe. That's my self promo. All right, let's get going with the next Sprinty Sprint. And we're going to, because it's a cold day, I have my fuzzy slippers on and everything, we're going to do the snowfall timer first. And we'll do it 30-35 is fine. Okay. All right, here we go. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes and 35 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How do we do? There was, I think, a bigger section of stuff that was fine for me that time. I did have to go through and I was doing like a name change, so there's that. But so yeah, so that's 1,815 for revisions that time. Oh, nope, that was not the right spot to put that. Where's today's? Here it is. There. Okay, now I can move the second sticky. And one more, actually. Yes. Okay. So, nice. Okay. Save that and save that. Word tracker and the document. Let's see. What you got? You have the train mess tomorrow because of construction on the railway again. They're still working on it since 2022, off and on. Same railway. Feels like it's never finished. Yeah. Your internet is acting up. It could be mine. YouTube made it 144p to make it work. Yeah. Sometimes it has to revert to potato quality, and don't you love all that? Since you can't see a thing at 144, right? Is that a pot of tea? Oh wait, no, it's snow and trees. Maybe. Yeah. Stevie says, well, thank heavens I don't need to ban Call of the Midwife because the thing you feared would happen did not. Yay! You thought they were about to kill off one of your favorite characters, but they did not. Oh, good. I'm glad. I am glad. Dog says, now, dear lovelies, I have to go away to get to work. Hope you can catch up the last sprint, but if not, have fun. I hope you drive safe and have fun at work, too. Becca says, you packed a few boxes and ate lunch. Excellent. Yay. Stacy finished that video, read some more, started moving stuff in the kitchen so that you can run another canner load of chili. Keiko got 174 that time. Nice. And of course, Snake the cat got into the closet. Oh no, anything new is the most exciting thing, right? Yes. And you still have potato quality even though you have 4 bars of Wi-Fi. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't seem to really matter what the bars of Wi-Fi are doing. It's just kind of like what it feels like doing. Stacy says to Becca that just sounds like the perfect cat behavior, right? Right? Yeah. I think I saw somebody on Instagram. They were an illustrator, or they had illustration versions of characters, and they were doing like a popularity contest with the illustrations. And they were surprised because the character illustration that had the cat was in the top place rather than like the main characters for or even the main antagonist, because sometimes the antagonists are hot, and so but no, the character with the cat won because the cat. So YouTube has been acting up with things like that since October. Oh, interesting. Has it been colder than normal since October? So people have been having to use their electricity and things. I don't know if that's a factor in the internet where you are, but sometimes it is here, when either the summer with the extreme heat or the winter with the extreme cold. You got lucky enough to capture him in a photo. Yay! I'm sure we will see some snake photos then on the internet. So yay. Or in the vlog. CB says, I'm watching yesterday's episode of Gladiators. Nice. No, they did. Oh, they had some updates. Okay. Yeah. Schindler's List is on at 10, but you're tired, so nope. Fair enough. During Nando, everybody was noticing it and complaining in the streams. Okay. True. Yeah. Oh, well. It happens sometimes, and I'm just like, it's not anything that I'm not used to, because I guess growing up with dial-up and then not exactly, I don't think we've ever paid for like super fast internet. So, alrighty. Let's go ahead and do another sprint. We still have about 45 minutes. So let's do a 30 and then see what we wind up with in terms of time for another little small sprint at the end. But anyway, here we go. Let's do this. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I just did my addition or subtraction really, and then plugged that into the spreadsheet, and I've crossed 35K for the month, just barely, but it's there. So I will accept that. I don't know. That's not right. Yeah, okay. So I'm about on par for a nano situation. So, but some of that is revision, some of that is drafting, some of that is new brainstorm ideas. So, just for the month. I'm going to save that, save my document, save my word tracker. Let's see. Keiko said the longest movie you ever watched was the original Ben-Hur. Oh, that is a really long one. That is, yeah. Or your second Bollywood movie while you were sick. That was never going to end. I've only seen a couple of Bollywood films or productions, and some of them were on flights, so I never got to see the end of it. So I don't know actually like how long it is. But yeah, they are definitely more extended stories sometimes. Not always, just sometimes. 149 for CB, 259 for Keiko. Did mine end in a... My total ended in a 9 for today. Yeah. Yeah. Becca says that's awesome. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Becca started making a D&D character just in the research phase. Nice. Somewhere I still have the notes for a character that I was creating. Bestie and I were going to try, and then we stopped at the character creation point and never really went back to it. Brooke says 221 words for you. Nice. Longest movie you've ever probably watched is Schindler's List and then Avengers Endgame. The movies that felt about 10 billion years were Eternals and The Joker. Okay, so how long exactly? How long is okay, so Avengers Endgame is 3 hours, 2 minutes. Ben-Hur is 3 hours, 27 minutes. Are we back? Are we back? Okay. Anyway, so Ben-Hur is 3 hours, 27 minutes, which is a good bit longer than Avengers Endgame. Brooke says, I wish they did intermissions for long movies. Me too. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang has one. I love that movie. And it's 2 hours, 24 minutes, right? Yeah. Because you have to find a spot to go to use the restroom or like sit up and stretch. Yes, it froze. And then hopefully I'm back. Stacy got the next load of chili going, and you're also starting dinner. Nice. Another super long movie you watched was the pilot, movie for Battlestar Galactica. Gotcha. Yep. Once Upon a Time in America is probably the longest movie that you saw and loved. It's 4 hours and 11 minutes. I'm trying to think what the extended version of like the Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy. Like, I hate to. How long is the extended version of Fellowship of the Ring? 2 hours 58 minutes. So Return of the King is 4 hours 10 minutes with the extended edition. So yeah, so I think that's probably the longest one that I've sat through. But yeah. Sound of Music also has an intermission, you think, probably, or at least it has a good stopping spot, right? Stacy says, I would say the longest movie you've ever watched, and it was on DVD, is The 10th Kingdom. Ooh, The 10th Kingdom is a really long one. Keiko says, is it a mini series? I have that on DVD. It might be. I don't know. The Troll siblings vibing full on Saturday Night Fever were the best. Nice. CB has done a backup. Sent yourself an email with your current work in progress in it. Nice. Becca says you watched that one too. Yep. Yeah. The extended versions, like, I know we saw the theatrical ones first because that was one of the things we did as a family was during our Christmas break, we would go see Lord of the Rings in the theater. And then we would also buy the extended version when it came out. And then we would sit through it at home. But we saw the theatrical versions first. The last two-parter movies would have been about 7 hours total if they hadn't split it into two. Stacey says, I always heard that The 10th Kingdom was a movie, but they had to break it up to air on TV. Got it. Okay. But then again, it came out in like 2000. Yeah. 10th Kingdom and Battlestar were both miniseries. Okay. I don't know. I just like I agree that there should be definitely intermissions for really long movies because my bladder cannot. My bladder cannot. I am always just like having to go and like hope that I don't miss something integral to the part, to the plot, and like just fast as you can. At least when it's on DVD, you can pause it, but in the theater, you just have to hope. So. You were a kid, you were allowed to watch it at 12 because your mother said the 16-year-old version. So, okay, there's no difference in the violence. They simply cut stuff for time, right? Yeah. And you noticed that when you were watching Return of the King and stuff was missing. CB, you've never seen it. You should fix that. I hope you would enjoy it, but you should. I think you would enjoy it. Your bladder's the same. Yeah, just like I can't. Especially if you have like something to drink and popcorn, like munchies and snackies. Because you have to have something to drink with your snacks, you know. And then you just like have to go even more. You've only watched The 10th Kingdom while binge watching, though being able to pause. Yeah, being able to pause it is a necessity, right? Yeah. You have all the movies and 4 season of Battlestar Galactica 2004 version. I think I just bought something for my dad recently. Ordered it on Amazon because that's the only way I order stuff anymore. No, it was Babylon 5 this time. I think maybe it was Battlestar Galactica before. Deadwood as well. But, oh well. The other things that I ordered for him are farther down the list. Becca also has them. Yep. CB has read The Hobbit, but you boycotted the movies because the book isn't that long. But the level of detail, though, the only thing that I think Peter Jackson should have included that he did not was Tom Bombadil. Because, well, anyway, that's just like the mythological lover in myself, because he sort of harkens back to the mythology of the Green Man. And also there's like a connection between the mythology of Tom Bombadil / Green Man and the Ents and the Ent wives that have gone missing. And like, there's a whole thing about that did not get translated into the movies that I like. You know, would have been nice to have maybe a little bit of Tom Bombadil in there. You had Whiplash when you loved Boomer and she went back. You loved Athena, yeah. Athena's one of your absolute favorite characters. And you've been doing a rewatch. Nice. Love Deadwood. I haven't seen it. But that it popped up and Becca says, I hated Bombadil with passion. Oh no. Oh no. There's only one thing I ever wondered. They were talking about in the series about problems with the water supplies, but what about the air? They never did that. And the 100 that's the inciting incident because of the oxygen supply is decreasing. Oh, interesting. It's funny that we all take different parts of the story and we like different parts and don't like different things. So Keiko says, I liked the Hobbit movies as entertainment, but I will never forgive how they made the orcs look. Okay. CG and all, and whatever the singing goblins were. The only thing Rings of Power got right was the orcs. Gotcha. All right, y'all. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to save. And enjoy what is left of the weekend. I will be back tomorrow. I did go ahead and schedule this next week's streams. So those are already up. So if you want to hit the little reminder things, go ahead. What else? Don't forget to save. Check out the spreadsheet, although I need to make sure I update it tonight because I haven't done that in a couple days. Apologies. So, all right, y'all. Thank you very much, and I will see y'all soon. I'm going to move my stickies as soon as the stream ends. Thank you, and have a good one. Bye.